morning, but deep down on the inside of you, there is an element of discouragement because of the messy mistake that you made in your life. Now you feel like your whole life is almost over just because you make one bad decision. I dropped by to tell you, don't let one messy mistake cause you to miss out on your blessing. I don't know who I'm preaching to in here this morning, but I didn't know that you were going to show up today. I don't even know your name, but right now God knew you were going to show up, and hopefully I'm in your Kool-Aid with the right flavor. And there's somebody here, perhaps you feel like your life is a failure because of one messy decision. You feel like your life can never be what it was intended to be because you made one messy choice. You dropped out of school, or maybe you got pregnant before you were married. You decided to smoke some crack one day, and that has touched your life in a way where you've never really overcome it. You were messing with the blunts one day, and you didn't know it was laced with crack, and now you are overcoming the effects of being a crackhead. And now you are deciding that since you had to deal with all those things in your life because you made one messy decision that caused you to make a mistake, as a result of that, you thought your life was over. But I dropped by to tell you that the devil is a liar, because God touched you, and now you in church on Sunday morning in your right mind. But that one messy situation keeps playing in the back of your mind, and as a result of that one messy incident, you saved, but you are discouraged. You saved, but you are depressed. But I want to tell somebody this morning that Judah's messy decision made him miss some blessings. But what he missed, you can discover. Your life does not have to be over just because you made one messy decision. 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, how many ever decisions you have made. Because I serve a God who will pick you up. He'll turn you around. He'll set your feet on solid ground. Write this down. Don't miss out on your blessing, because messy decisions don't have to be fatal. Tell your neighbors, a neighbor, messy decisions don't have to be fatal. See, church folk don't know when to shout, because a whole lot of us have made some messy decisions that had some fallouts. As a matter of fact, when you pinch yourself right now, did you feel that? That meant whatever you went through, whatever caused you to have a fallout, it wasn't fatal, because you are still here. And I wonder, is there anybody in here besides me who's had some messy decisions that had some major repercussions in your life? Okay, I dare you to pinch yourself again. God, say, ouch. I'm still here. Did you feel that? That means whatever you went through, whatever the fallout was for what you went through, it was not fatal. And if it was not fatal, there's still hope for your life. You still here? And all of us in here, I know, look at your mama, look at your dad. I know they look so holy and pious right now. I know, but let me tell you something. They made some messy decisions in their life. And I know how some of you kids are. You start going back to your birthday, counting on the calendar, and see mom and dad and say they got married. And do you know why your mother and your father are trying to keep you out of messy situations? Because they know what messy situations look like, because they have been in some messes. They have caused some messes, and they're trying to keep you from going through the mess that they went through. And aren't you glad this morning that your life cannot be summed up by the messy decisions you have made in your life? Aren't you glad this morning that even when you made a messy decision, that was not the end of your life? It is never the end. And if Judas had hung around, he would have discovered that a few more disciples made some bad decisions also. Didn't Thomas doubt the Lord, but he didn't kill himself? Didn't Peter deny the Lord, but he didn't kill himself? Didn't the other 8 disciples, they deserted the Lord, but they didn't kill themselves? One messy decision does not have to be the end of your life. And if Judas had just hung around when the disciples got the instructions from the women that Jesus was resurrected on Sunday morning and that he wanted to have a church meeting with all of them, and he said, send Peter to me specifically. If Judas had just hung around a few more days, he would have gotten the same invitation. But he allowed one messy decision to destroy his whole life. Write this down. Let me move on. I'm working. I'm trying to get y'all there. Here's the second thing. Don't miss out on your blessing, because who you are can't be changed by what you did. Church folks still don't know what to shout. Who I am can't be changed by a messy decision that I made. Talk to yourself. Say, self, I'm still who God intends for me to be before I messed up. Watch this. Can I really tell you what messed Judas up? Let me tell you what really messed Judas up. When Judas saw that they were about to bring Jesus before the court to kill him, what really messed Judas up was he thought he had ruined his relationship with Jesus. But because he killed himself, he missed out on the fact, watch this, that real relationships can be restored. I can't get no help in here. Now, if you've been backslidden, that should have made you shout. If you haven't been to church since last Easter, that should have been your shout. Because you were saved, got messed up, but the joy of the whole situation is that your relationship with Jesus can be restored because you are still his child. No matter how bad you messed up, you are still under his care. No matter how messy your decision was, he will sustain you. He will keep you. He will be patient with you. He will give you another chance. And is there anybody in here other than me who can say, God, I thank you? Because even though I messed up, even though I turned my back on you, even though I didn't listen to you when you told me not to go in that direction, I'm just so thankful that you still kept your relationship with me intact. God never turns his back on us. It is we who turn our back on. Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, no matter what you do to me, no matter how you treat me, it won't change who I am. You may change the way you talk to me, but I will survive because I am still who I was before I messed up. All right, I see the street lights. Let me bring this thing home. Let me bring it home. Here's the last part. Don't miss out on the fact that the Lord can take your mess and turn it into a miracle. Okay. I said he will take your mess And he'll use your mess as the launching pad to produce a miracle. He will take the mess you make and use your mess to make a miracle out of the mess you made. I did not say he will give you a miracle instead of a mess, because that's not as good of a testimony of him making a miracle out of your mess. Watch me now. All you got to do is read the Gospels, and you will discover that all the way back to the Lord's Supper, Jesus already knew what the deal was. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he already knew what the deal was. He told Judas, do what you got to do. See, I better not do this, because like Jesus, when you know who you are, you can look at your haters and you can say, do what you got to do. When you know who you are, you can look at your haters and say, whatever you got planned, do what you got to do. When you know you are a child of God, when you know your identity, when you know your purpose, when you know God is in your life, when you know God got a hedge about you, when you know God gonna bless you in spite of your mess, you can look at your enemy and you can say, do what you got to do, because I serve a God who will take my mess and make a miracle out of. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, do what you got to do. You can look at your Judases on your job. You got some Judases. Right here in your church, you might have some Judases. In your home, you got some Judases. In your family, you got some Judases. They might not be here today, but just for your sake, will you just look up in the air and say, Judas, do what you got to do. Because what you don't realize is that God will take your enemies. He'll make them your footstool. Last time I checked, a footstool was something you step on so you can step up. He'll take hateration, turn it to elevation, and elevation will become your celebration. Some of you all need to tell that Judas boss who trying to hold you down, do what you gotta do. Somebody ought to tell those Judas co-workers who you gotta look in their face on Monday, who got upset because you got the promotion and they thought they were more qualified. You ought to just look at them and tell them, do what you got to do. Look at those devils that come by your house, hug you, but they got a knife stabbing you in the back. You ought to just look them and tell them, do what you got to do, because my God will take care of my haters, and he'll make celebration out of hateration. He'll make your enemies watch the miracle happen right there in their face, because he'll prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. And we won't eat until everybody shows up. Okay, watch it. I'm going somewhere. So Jesus gets up from the table. He says, Judas,